So hi and welcome to the first in a series of videos where I'll introduce you to Character Trumps Credentials and how we use it in Anecdote. We wrote this ebook to help people find their personal stories. Stories that have an incredible power to influence and engage and demonstrate or to build rapport and connection. And it's a resource that's really underutilized. So the ebook is written in a series of topics around different aspects of leadership, and each topic has 5 questions. Now the idea is you pick a topic, read through the questions, and one of them might take you like a laser beam to a memory. Some of the other questions might have no effect. So I'm looking at the chapter on leadership, and there's 5 questions. The first 3 had no influence on me, but the 4th one, think of an impressive leader you've worked with. What examples do you remember that show why they were so good? Well, that question took me like a laser beam to a memory, but interestingly, a negative one, not a positive one. So it was 1998, and I'd just taken over as the head of the Air Force Internal Management Consulting Agency. Had about 35 people from around the country, and one of the first things I did was to gather them together for some team building. And we were at an off-site location near Canberra, and one of the first activities was a team building activity, working in small groups. And I was in a small group, and our task was to get all of us safely across a dangerous river and over a fence using very limited equipment, and we weren't allowed to touch things, etc. Now, one of my team members was leading that particular activity, and so I was just one of the participants. And time was strictly time limited as well. We had to hit our time target, and with about 2 minutes to go, we hadn't made much progress. And I'm pretty competitive, and I just stepped in and I went, okay, you do this, and inside the 2 minutes we were over the river and over the fence, and everyone was safe, and we recovered all the equipment and successfully completed the challenge. And I was kind of going, okay, that's all good. Later that day, my second in command, Squadron Leader Callum Brown, came in and shut the door and sat down in front of me and said, "Boss, that was one of the worst examples of leadership I've ever seen. You completely overrode the values of collaboration and teamwork that we're trying to build here. You made that poor guy look like a fool in front of his peers, and you just completely took over the entire activity." And even though we achieved the result, everybody's pretty upset about it. And so there you go, that's the experience. Now, I'd be quite happy to use that as an experience to illustrate to leaders that even though they might think they're doing the right thing, their behavior might be demonstrating values counter to what you're trying to demonstrate in your organization. Anyway, so that's an example of how we use Character Trumps Credentials. Pick a topic, read the questions, and if one of the questions takes you like a laser beam to an experience, you should write that down. We'll be back with more videos and different chapters and different examples from Character Trumps Credentials. And if you're interested, please go to our website and download the ebook, and you'll be able to do this activity for yourself. See you next time.